All About Scorpio Part 7. This time we're going to talk about Love. Yep, I smell love in the air. So this is about Scorpios being in love. And how do they express their love, really? Okay, a number of things. It's all about Love and all about Scorpio, okay? So how will you know a Scorpio loves you? Okay, so it says here, Scorpio will read you and read into you and will know you better than you know yourself. We will know your deepest desires and inspire new ones. You will be Scorpio's obsession of love. Yet, not you, but the love a Scorpio has for you. Time spent lavishly and passionately. A Scorpio will explore you infinitely. A Scorpio can mourn you and love you at the same time, never wanting to lose you. We are yours for the asking, taking, and sharing continually. You will not wonder or wander far away from us. A Scorpio will tell you, I love you, and will be consistent in the display. You will have all of a Scorpio and nothing to wonder about. A Scorpio loves wholeheartedly. A Scorpio will never stop giving of themselves when they love you. That's how you will know. It's consistent and persistent, as love should be. Okay, what do I think about that one, being a Scorpio? Do I agree? And why? Okay. Definitely, I agree with, what's being said here, that Scorpios will definitely try to read you and your deepest desires. They will really try to let you feel that they're very interested. And they will also try to learn more about what is it that you don't like, what is it that you do like, and definitely inspire new ones, okay? But one thing is for sure, and I can relate, or share my personal experience. When I really, am in love with someone, I try to give it all. Definitely, give it all, give all of my support, give all of my attention, my focus, anything that will actually help my partner fulfill his dreams. So if I know that my partner likes this is his deepest desire, then I'll try to make sure that, all of his dreams will be fulfilled. And for a Scorpio woman, and I've read about this in one book, and I was so surprised when I read it, that it says there, Scorpio woman would actually try to, put herself in the background and support the man that she loves, put him in the, in the front, everything, everything that she will do is just for her man, she can just, be in the background and just, be the cheerleader and support him in any way, she can. And that is something I can definitely relate with, So when we're actually in love with someone or when we like someone, you will know that by our actions, really. Definitely with our actions, and these are all consistent actions, okay? Very, very consistent. So we're going to show you that we like you by, knowing what you want, what you do not want, your deepest desires, and we'll give all of our time, focus, attention to you as much as possible. So, yeah, I agree with what it's being said here, and definitely you will all have all of a Scorpio and nothing to wonder about. That's so true. We'll give everything to our partner, and definitely our partner can actually also expect the very same thing, we can be someone that they can trust, that they can actually lean on. And definitely a Scorpio loves deeply is what I'm also trying to point out here. Very, very deeply. We give everything. It's all or nothing. If we don't like, our partner any longer, there's going to be a huge difference, especially if the part comes where, the Scorpio already gave up and never wanting to look back and get back to that person. That's the bad thing. It happened to me too. I can love, like, with the passion of a volcano, but then once that love dies down, or once that love fades away, it's totally different. It's like the person never existed, or it's like the person is suddenly a stranger. I'm just being honest here. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not saying that, that I'm that mean, but it's probably, just being truthful. And that's something you can also expect from a Scorpio. We are very, very blunt. To the very point that, we're not going to, keep some things from you unless we wanted to, of course. But on that part, I'm not ashamed to say that, I do have that sort of like attitude, or should I call it attitude? But, that feeling where when I fell out of love for someone, that person that I used to adore and really give my attention, time, everything to, it's going to be completely the other way around. Like, unless we're still good friends, like we're totally, great friends. But definitely it's not going to be the same type of treatment. There's going to be a huge difference there, okay? Because once a Scorpio turns their back, it's really over. And I tell you, it's really, really over. So don't give a Scorpio a reason to turn their backs on you, because once they do, there's no looking back. That I'm very, very much sure. And I'm pretty sure as well that most Scorpios would agree to that. Okay, what else? What else about LOVE and Scorpios? Let's try to check out some interesting things here. Now this one is, I was just talking about it earlier. So it says here, actually Scorpios love extremely hard. But when their heart has decided it's time to call it quits, they can walk right by your ass and act like you're invisible. I think I've already mentioned that on a previous recording. I think it's part 1 or part 2. So that's what I was just talking about earlier. And it's so true. They love extremely hard. They're going to give it all, but once that love died down, unless of course I know there's unconditional love, but but once that changed, and they got really hurt and got heartbroken and all that, and decided that it's over, I'm done with you, they definitely walk right by your ass and act like you're invisible, like you're a stranger. And that's something that I actually experienced myself. Okay, so that's funny because I was just reading that part earlier. Anyway, let's move over to the next one. Actually, this one is pretty much similar as well to the first one. But this one is about a Scorpio woman. Like, a Scorpio woman, it says here, can become the most hard-hearted and most sarcastic person on this earth. She loves with fierce devotion and hates with devastating malice. All or nothing, there you go. She has a hypnotic gaze, and the moment her eyes meet yours, you'll go tumbling down with her deep passion. Tumbling, okay. Being noticed by a Scorpio female definitely gives a boost to a man's ego, but she needs a man who is stronger than she is. Oh, hell yeah, that's true. As a Scorpio woman, of course, I want a partner who's really stronger than me. I mean, Scorpio women are very fiercely independent, has a very strong personality too. It's a combination of a masculine and feminine side, right? But of course, a Scorpio woman would want a strong partner by her side, someone that she can also lean on, okay? Although Scorpio women, they have this not really passion for control, but of course being, a Scorpio and a Scorpio having that sort of like controlling nature, Scorpio females would want to have control in a relationship, but you can actually, again, like what I've mentioned earlier, they can put themselves in the background. If they really love someone, they're going to put themselves in the background. Okay, I'm not going to be, the boss here. I'm not going to lead in everything, but you be the boss, you be the man. I respect you for it, and I'm just going to be here cheering on you and supporting you in fulfilling your dreams. So, yeah, there you go. All right, so what else? Scorpios are super loyal when in love. Talk about loyalty. They're not only loyal when it comes to friends, of course, also in romantic partnerships. And loyalty is also very, very important for us Scorpios, vice versa. We expect our partners as well to be loyal just like us. So it's true, because Scorpios, they're not really into, flings. And I noticed that with my Scorpio friends as well. They're not really into, short-term relationships or, just one-night stands or flings. But then again, not all Scorpios are like that. I'm pretty sure there are Scorpios who are fond of, doing one-night stand. But most Scorpios, especially those who are actually really in love with their partner, you can expect they're going to be really, really loyal to you. They're going to be there by your side, and you can't expect them to be flirting with other people while you're still together. Definitely, they're going to stay by your side and show you that they're actually devoted to you, basically. So there you go. Next thing, let's see. This one is about, I guess, chemistry. Okay, so how does it start, really, for Scorpio to become interested and then later on be in love with someone, okay? First things first, okay? A Scorpio would definitely try to probe and try to find out some things about you. That's why they really wanted to read you a lot and get to know you better, and they're pretty much good at it, trying to observe you, your habits, your behavior, and what actually makes Scorpio turn on, and this is so true, is that a Scorpio really needs to connect to a person intellectually. Like, they wanted a partner that they can actually, talk to for hours without getting bored. Personally, if I'm not into dating, but, for instance, if, a guy was introduced to me, or, a guy's being, trying to hook up with me or trying to, flirt with me and all that, the first thing that I need to see is that this guy is someone that is really sensible to talk to. Because if you're someone that is just, it's so boring and you can't really make any sense at all, basically, if you're not really that sensible to talk with or get bored with you, then I don't think there's going to be a second time that we're going to, probably, date again or be together. That's something that I really look for in a person or in a man. Okay, so yeah, I agree with this. A Scorpio needs first to connect to a person intellectually. They really need someone who can actually challenge their minds. And because Scorpio gets bored easily, so they want someone with substance. They want someone that they can learn a lot of, things from as well. Okay, what's next? Well, this one is really interesting. It's about Scorpio being jealous and possessive. I'm actually going to read this off from some website, and I'm checking out right now, from astromatch.com. It says here, if you are a sociable, flirtatious person, you've probably already discovered that your Scorpio lover gets very, very jealous and frighteningly possessive at times. The easiest thing in the world would be to give in and to remain at Scorpio's side at all times, but that wouldn't be healthy for you, or indeed for your partner in the long run. Gently insist on your independence and on your freedom to be yourself. once Scorpio figures out that you don't mean any harm by smiling at someone else, he or she will start to loosen that grip on you, and then you can both relax. I'd like to share some, personal experience in this one about Scorpio's side of being really jealous and possessive. I'm a Scorpio too, so I can relate. I know I can, fully admit that I'm jealous, especially, if I like someone and someone is really flirting with that person that I like, really, or with your partner, of course, that will definitely make a Scorpio really jealous and possessive. And that's something that a Scorpio needs to really try to balance, that jealousy thing. Well, what I'd like to share is this experience that I had with a Scorpio man. We were both in love, actually, but under some, circumstances we can't be together. But I'm going to share this story, which is really funny. It's something to do with the jealousy thing. Well, whenever, someone is actually trying to flirt with that guy, and, I get jealous too, being a Scorpio myself, I tend to get back to that person, that's what you call acts of vengeance. And it's really, really common for Scorpios to do that. They'd really get back on you. That's the nasty thing about Scorpios. They're really going to get back on you if they get hurt about something. So what I will do is actually try to make him jealous at the same time, and I'm not going to be, a hypocrite, and I'm not going to, I'm not going to regret the fact that I'm actually admitting this to the public, but it's true. I mean, I'm just being myself. And I'm pretty sure a lot of Scorpios are doing that too. And talk about jealousy. Well, there was one time, I really witnessed how jealous this guy was towards me and how possessive he was, being a Scorpio too, so we're both Scorpios. And what happened was, I was actually talking to someone over the phone, and really talking for hours. And this guy was suddenly his mood changed. Everything completely changed. He's no longer the center of the attention, It's not rare for Scorpios to be, it's not rare for Scorpios to have this desire to be the center of attention. It's rare for a Scorpio to crave for that attention to everybody. They wanted to be the center of attention from their partners or with their partners, okay? But when we're talking about with everybody, of course they wanted to be in the background. They don't want to be in spotlight. They don't want to be the center of attention most of the time. But when they're actually with their partner, friends or partner, romantic partner, they wanted to be, to be the center of attention. Their attention's not going to be divided by another person, That's where the possessiveness comes in, and the jealousy too. So anyway, to cut the long story short, I was talking to someone over the phone, and the Scorpio guy was actually freaking out. He's not he didn't explode in such a way who the hell are you talking to, cursing at me like that. No, he didn't do anything of that. Of course, it's wise of him not to do that because we're not officially together, right? But I can really sense that he was really freaking out. His mood changed. He completely changed. He became so cold. He got really, really jealous. I can feel how jealous he was. And it was what the F is this problem? I was just talking to someone. What's wrong with you? And so until I finally realized, okay, so maybe he doesn't want me talking to other people other than him. Maybe that's his possessive side, And it was really, really, I was thinking to myself, what's wrong with him, I was thinking that maybe he just wants me to, to put all of my energy and attention to him. Because we're a couple, we're not officially together because, again, under some circumstances we can't be together. But definitely admit that we're both in love, okay? I am a Scorpio, he's a Scorpio, we can sense each other's emotions and feelings, everything. You know, we're very sensitive to that. So, I was like, alright, so he's acting really strange. He started to act really cold and aloof until he exploded. And when I talk about explosion, again, it's not about him shouting at me and confronting me in such a way, like really trying to be angry and saying, you know, or asking me, like, who the hell are you talking to? Why are you doing this? Because he doesn't have the right to do that, of course. In the first place, we're not really, you know, officially boyfriend and girlfriend, okay? So, I continued talking to that person over the phone, like, there's no problem. I mean, we're not together anyway. And I can talk to anyone I wanted to, alright? So, no biggie. But he made a big deal out of it because his behavior changed. And so, he tried to act with a vengeance. And that's really, really, again, normal for Scorpios to be doing that. Really, they would try to get back at you. So what he did was he tried flirting a lot of girls, and he knows that I'm also in love with them. So he started flirting with a lot of women, really trying to make it so obvious, really intentionally trying to make you angry and jealous and at the same time. So it's funny, I know. That's why, you know, Scorpio compatibility is really good because it can be heaven, you know, like we can both really try to mirror each other. But when we clash, it's really one hell of an experience. So, yeah, he'll try to, you know, get back at you and, you know, do some acts of vengeance, really trying to make me jealous and all that. I know it's funny, you know. It's really, really funny because, you know, he'd actually, you know, do the same thing, like, make you feel bad about, you know, even though you're not really trying to, like, intentionally trying to make him jealous, but because of his being suspicious and all that, he'd really try to make you take your own dose of medicine, something like that, but it's funny. But I was able to witness that, you know, jealous side of a Scorpio man, or a Scorpio. Okay, there you go. All right, anyway, let's move on to the next topic. Okay, so the next one, and probably this will be the last one for this recording, I'm going to read this off. It says here, what are really the signs a Scorpio likes you? Okay, understanding the Scorpion first. On the surface level, it may be tough to tell whether or not a Scorpio really likes you. Yeah, we're not going to show it, really. We're not going to be too obvious about it. Not surprisingly, guys, girls under the zodiac sign have a natural tendency for secrecy, okay? On top of that, they also don't want to put themselves in a very exposed position because they dread becoming submissive and, in the end, left behind. Nevertheless, Scorpio is far from being a hopeless cause. It is a sad truth, but Scorpio males and females are famous for turning out to be playboys. As they are certain they have got attractiveness and charisma, they enjoy stringing girls and guys along and then disposing of them as soon as they lose interest. Having said that, for all their playboy facade, they're actually extremely vulnerable inside. Scorpios find it hard to acknowledge, even to themselves, that they like someone. They will take their time falling in love with women and men. But when they do, they're in it totally, and they'll stop at absolutely nothing to make you their own. Be careful not to mistake hiding the feelings and not showing them at all. Humor. Okay. A Scorpio that likes you will actually pursue you wholly. Expect for the charming factor to come into effect. Not only that, Scorpio will no doubt be goofy and silly with you. He or she will probably tease you and provoke you in a loving way. Yeah, I do get that a lot from Scorpio guys. Yeah, they're really like that. You know, if they like someone, they're going to show their goofy side, which is, you know, pretty much rare for a Scorpio guy to do that. They're only going to show it to someone that they really like. They're not going to goof around a lot, unless they just wanted to appear goofy to everybody else. But you can sense that if he's trying to get your interest or trying to, you know, make you feel light and make you feel that you're going to admire his being humorous and all that, he's going to do that for you, okay? And what else? I like you, I love you, you are the one. Okay, the fact that they actually say the words is even a more substantial signal that they're really in love with you. That's so true, because Scorpios, we don't like say I love you right away. You know, we don't. We actually try to do it, you know, action speaks louder than words. And also, it's more of like the consistency of our actions is the important thing there. Okay, Scorpio will only say what he or she feels aloud when he or she feels that your emotions are honest as theirs. Scorpios are typically guarded with their words and their feelings. Add that with the point that they are very, very competitive, and you already have an idea if the Scorpio in your life wants you. If Scorpio actively pursues you and tells you that they love you, then you can be very certain that you definitely caught a Scorpio's attention. Okay, now earlier we were talking about action. Okay, so action. Most Scorpios believe that they need not to tell you how they feel, but show you. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Scorpio coined the phrase action speaks louder than words. That's just what I said earlier. It's funny. Okay, so don't be upset that a Scorpio doesn't say I like you, I love you. To them it shouldn't matter, because they're ultimately giving you their all via their actions. Scorpio might even take offense if you ask them, do you like me? Or do you really love me? After they've strongly depicted their love for you through their actions, okay? Protection, okay. Scorpio will try his or her very best to do for the one they like or love. This is so freaking true. Perhaps it's a result of their intense personality, but they never take anything lightly, and that includes romancing someone. They will invite you to the best date place that their money can afford. Scorpions are very protective and loyal. If Scorpio stands up for you against other men and women or makes moves to defend or protect you, then chances are they love you. Hell yeah. I can really, say that is so true. On the potential downside, their protectiveness makes them extremely susceptible to envy. Too bad, said but true. Just understand that their jealousy stems from their intense and deep love for you. It's actually admirable. Do not, under any circumstances, try to intentionally make them jealous to find out if they really care about you. Their passionate emotions will know no bounds if they find out about it, okay? So, I had one Scorpio guy, confess about that, about being protective. He tries to explain that, hey, I'm not being possessive, I'm just being protective. I guess I mentioned that in the previous recording, and it's a Scorpio guy we're talking about who told me that. But yeah, we're very protective of our loved ones, whether that's our siblings, definitely our loved ones, our friends, and romantic partners. We're really going to stand up and defend them in any way we can. And we're really going to fight till the very end. And once a Scorpio does that, when we're talking about romantic relationship, if a Scorpio really tries to stand up for you, then that means that Scorpio guy or Scorpio woman really loves you. Okay? The test. Okay, here we go. The test. Scorpio do test. Yeah, we Scorpios really, we do that a lot. And I'm a Scorpio too, so I really do that a lot, admittedly, okay? They will disappear to see if you're able to give them room, okay? They'll try to, disappear and, just... That's probably what they call the hot and cold thing of a Scorpio, okay? They will disappear to see if you're really going to, or you're able to give them a room. They will start a conflict to see if you will be patient or hurt their feelings. They will send friends your way to hit on you to see if you're loyal. They will trust you with juicy gossip and send someone your way to attempt to extract it out of you to test your trustworthiness. Whatever they value, count on a series of tests, each one more detailed and intense than the one before it. Once you pass on the test, you will unlock the sacred heart of a Scorpion, and it's so worth it. being a Scorpio, that's so freaking true. Everything that was, it was said here, that is so true. We really do test a lot. And that's true about, trying to, create some tests for our partners or for the one that we like. It's either a Scorpio guy would actually send someone, a friend of theirs, and, see if you're going to flirt with their friend. That Scorpio guy I was talking about earlier, he did that to me. Like, he tried to introduce me to one of his friends, and he would actually try to tease me to that person, and, he would tell me, like, that guy is also single just like you. Maybe you'd like to hook up with him. And I was like, of course not. We just met like 5 minutes ago, so you expect me to, like, really getting his number and all that? It's part of a Scorpio's test. Okay, and I know a lot of Scorpios, if you guys are listening to this recording, you definitely, agree to what I'm saying here. So we definitely do a lot of tests and see if our partner or future partner is someone that is worth it. Someone's worth it. And definitely, if you were able to unlock the heart of a Scorpio because you passed a test, everything is worth it. They're going to give it all to you, okay? And finally, before we end this recording, here it is. I feel it. I know it. He or she loves me. Ultimately, you will know when a Scorpio loves you. They make you feel like you are in a cloud nine. Yeah, that's so true. Scorpio makes you feel protected, needed, adored, loved, and special. Never take a Scorpio for granted, because you will miss a Scorpio when they're gone. That's so true. And I guarantee you they won't come back. I told you guys about that, I guess, earlier part of the recording. Understand that love with a Scorpio is a profound experience, really deep. Something life-changing and deep, Scorpio will encourage you to become a better person. That's so true. Now it feels like I'm being read here. And in turn, Scorpio will need your support. A Scorpio in love will never stray. Scorpio, being a water sign, is as sensitive as a Cancer or a Pisces, and so you need to love your Scorpio. Match your Scorpio's passion, match your Scorpio's devotion, and make your Scorpio feel safe. Alright, that's about it. We're still going to do a part 2 of this one about LOVE and Scorpio. I'm going to try to read off some information about Scorpio being in love, Scorpio men in love, Scorpio women in love, what's their behavior really, how will you know if a guy really, a Scorpio guy really likes you, things like that. I'm going to post that on the next recording, part 2 of this LOVE topic, and all about Scorpio. Okay, I gotta go. Thanks for listening.